Hi there, my name's Michelle. I'm going to be your practitioner. Yeah, I understand your name's Shabir, and you're here to see me for a complaint that you might
Yes.
have. Okay, can you tell me a little bit about that?
I've been experiencing some pain in my lower back and down my leg.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a few questions and just answer as honest as you can. When did your pain start?
About maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Okay, and you said it's in your lower back. Is it any place else besides your lower back and your leg?
Seems like my right leg is where some pain exists, almost shooting.
Okay, so when you have that pain, how long does it last? I mean, what's the duration of it? Is it a couple minutes? Does it last?
It varies, but it'll usually be about a max of a couple of minutes or so.
Okay. And then tell me a little bit about the pain. Is it dull or stabbing or shooting, or how does it feel when you have that?
It could be any range. It does go to stabbing pains if I do certain movements.
Okay.
And then otherwise it's kind of a dull, omnipresent pain.
Okay. And then are there anything that, any maneuvers or anything that you do that helps the pain, take it away a little bit better, or medications that you take?
I do take some ibuprofen. That helps sometimes.
Okay.
And then I wouldn't say any position helps, but I know it hurts when I say I'm stationary, like in a position like seated, like sitting down even now, or driving.
So it doesn't, okay, so the driving when you're sitting, that makes it worse.
Right.
But nothing really helps, like laying down or...
Somewhat.
Maybe a little bit? Okay.
Yeah, laying down does tend to help, and that's why I can sleep at least.
Oh, good. Okay. And then anything else in addition to driving the car that aggravates your symptoms at all?
Just being seated and then maybe doing some certain activities.
Certain activities. Okay. What about like coughing or?
Yeah, coughing. Anything sudden. I would count that as an activity in a sense, meaning like where I'm exerting my body somehow in some way.
Okay. All right.
So sneezing, coughing tends to do that too.
Okay. Now, in relation to the pain, you said that's in your lower back. You said it kind of shoots down to your buttock area. Does it go to the outside of your leg, kind of in the back of your leg, into your calf? Or?
It's down towards the calf, and I would describe it as maybe in the middle to outer part, maybe shooting down to the right leg.
Okay. And then you said that it started about a couple of weeks ago. Is there certain times during the day when you have this pain, like morning, afternoon, evening?
Usually in the very beginning of the day, and then it'll subside throughout, and then depending on, meaning overall.
Okay. And then have you had this pain before in the past?
Not this particular pain, but I've had issues with my back in the past.
Okay. And on a severity scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like you got hit by a truck, how would you rank that pain?
Again, it varies. So when it's not shooting, it could be somewhere around 5 or 6.
Okay.
But when it's shooting, it goes up to 8 or 9 rather fast.
Okay. All right. Okay. So just to review everything that you told me, you basically said that you have this lower back pain that sometimes shoots down through your right buttock area to your lateral right leg into your calf area. Not necessarily sometimes worse in the morning, but it's usually depending upon what you're doing, like when you're driving your car, sitting in that seated position. And then also you said it when you take ibuprofen or when you lie down or maybe stand up and just like in a normal straight up stance, it does alleviate the pain a little bit.
It does.
And then you basically had said that you really haven't had the pain before, but you've had prior back pain, a little bit different than this pain. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some history questions.
Sure.
Starting with, do you take any medications at all?
Just the Motrin, so nothing prescribed.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, and do you have any allergies to any medications?
None that I know of.
And basically, have you had any surgical history?
I have. About maybe 20 years ago, I had a lumbar microdiscectomy on my lower back.
Okay, did that alleviate all that pain that you had had?
It did.
Okay.
It alleviated all that, but this is something new.
This is something different.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as family history, do you have anybody in your family, which includes like mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, siblings that have had any pain similar to what you're describing?
My father has actually. He had issues with his back and had a procedure done, actually, or they diagnosed him with the condition. I think it was lumbar stenosis.
Oh, okay, good deal. Well, that helps. I'll kind of take that into consideration as well. And then as far as your social history, are you a smoker?
Non-smoker.
Do you drink?
Social drinker, not excessive.
Okay, what about recreational drugs?
None, never used any.
Okay, and then what is your occupation? What do you do?
I'm a teacher, so I'm standing quite a bit.
Okay, and then what do you like to do in your off time?
I'm involved in physical fitness, so I do weight resistance training, lifting weights, and running.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. And then are you married, single, divorced?
I'm married.
And do you have any children?
I do.
Okay, well that all sounds good. Next what we're going to do is a physical exam based upon the information that you gave me. So I'll have you stand up.
Okay. All right.
We'll have you Yep, that looks like a pretty good spot there.
Okay.
I'm basically just gonna kind of look at your balance and
Sure.
make sure everything looks pretty equal. Now, as you're standing there, are you having any pain in that lower back?
Not right away, but just movement from the seated position to standing.
Okay.
Almost have a little bit.
I'm gonna have you basically walk towards me on your heels 5
Okay.
steps.
All
Okay,
right.
that's good. And then turn around and then walk
Okay.
on your toes back the other direction about
Okay.
5 steps. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And then stay right there. Go ahead and turn back around. And I'm just gonna feel kind of press around this area that you're talking about. Let me know if you're tender.
Slightly in that lower area.
Okay, and then go ahead and bend over, touch your toes, and I'll
Okay.
do the same thing. Just let me know if it's tender in that area.
Just slightly.
Okay, and you can stand up.
Okay.
All right, and go ahead and turn back around for me. Okay, and what I'm going to do is have you bend all the way over again and touch your toes, and let me know if you feel any tenderness in that right lower back
It's
area.
just a slight tenderness. It's not excessive.
Okay.
But you can definitely feel it.
You can just feel it, okay? And we'll do what's called an extension.
Okay.
Put my hand on the small of your back and kind of lean back a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, and back up. Any tenderness?
Slight again.
Okay, and we're going to do like a rotation. So basically, I'm going to put my hand on your hip and on your shoulder.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this way and
Ooh.
kind of down. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can
And then
feel
back.
a little.
And we're going to do the opposite.
Okay.
And around. And back.
Not as much on that, but on the first one.
Okay, we're going to do a lateral bend. So I'm going to place my hand on your hip and we're going to go to your side. And back up. Let me know if you have any tenderness.
Slight.
And then back the other way. And back up.
Okay.
Okay. Anything there?
Nothing too much on the left, but on the right I did.
You did. Okay. All right. Well, that all looks good. And go ahead and have a seat for me. We're going to
Okay.
do what's called a straight leg raise.
Oh, okay.
And go ahead and lay down. I'm
lay
sorry.
down? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
And then I'm going to lift up both legs. You let me know if you feel any tenderness in your
Okay.
affected leg. Okay.
Sure.
So this is your good leg. We're going
Yes.
to go up about 45 degrees.
Nothing there.
Okay. And then we're going to try your affected leg. And just let me know if you feel any tenderness.
Oh, just right about there. Start to
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do a flexion on your foot. Anything there?
slightly.
Okay. All right. That all sounds good. I think that's basically done. We're done with our physical examination portion of it.
Okay.
And I would say, you can go ahead and sit up if you'd like.
Thank you.
So I think based upon the information that you've given me and the symptoms that you've described, it could be, one of 3 things that, we're looking at a mechanical lower back pain, usually what's could be caused from your working conditions. Since you're a teacher, could be that because you're on your feet quite a bit. Also could be obesity. You're clearly not obese, so that we can rule that out. With mechanical low back pain, though, sometimes when you lay down, it does alleviate or help the pain.
It does.
And that does help with you. Second, it could be sciatica, which means it's almost like a slip disc or pinched nerve. It's pushing on that nerve, which is causing that pain going down into your right buttock, into your lateral leg, into your calf. Could be worse during certain times, like your sitting position. That's really known for that. Also is alleviated with a lying position while you bend your knees. Also ibuprofen, which helps with inflammation as well. And then finally, it could be that lumbar stenosis that you mentioned that your father has also had. So that also could be a possibility. So what we'll probably do is get some scans, MRI and a CT with contrast, and see what that shows, and then we'll probably do a follow-up here in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay, good. Perfect.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, I think you answered a lot of those. So thanks for taking the time.
Okay, absolutely.
Thank you.